give you an introduction to Odile, one of our founding members of BBG, and also I'm going to give you, Odile's giving you value already, even though she's looking for value after. She has generously given us a gift today for all the people who are on the session, and I'm putting it in the chat box, and I'll do it again. But let me give you an introduction, and I'll tell you more about that a bit later. Odile has worked in the not-for-profit, real estate, and the management consulting space for the last 12 years. She has a proven track record of opening doors at the C-suite level for executives in the top 200 companies in Australia. She is a passionate freelance writer and business development consultant. She is trained in crucial conversations through Vital Smarts. They have helped 300 of the Fortune 500 realize significant results using a proven method for driving rapid, sustainable, and measurable changes in behaviors. Just like today, Odile runs workshops in Australia and abroad, in person and via Zoom, teaching business development managers, startup entrepreneurs, and sales teams how to initiate client conversations. The aim is to widen business networks. So today, Odile is going to share with us more about how to utilize your warm leads. There is no one person who I know who lives what she teaches as effectively as Odile. And with that in mind, I hand you over to Odile. Can you all
moving quickly in business is so much more fun than slowly. I just said that to the last group. And whilst I am a big believer in cold calling, picking up the phone to that C-suite level executive, to that business owner that you know is the right fit for your business, having a hook, having a call to action, I still believe without a shadow of a doubt that can work. Nothing beats your power base. What is your power base? It's the people you know. So I've put a presentation together. It's 12 slides. It's going to be interactive. Networking or network has got the word work in it. And I'm going to make you work this morning.
Love it, Odile.
So you're going to need to work in that chat. It's going to be interactive. I want you thinking. I want you to leave here thinking about how you can leverage and monetize. Not only leverage, monetize your warm base. And we're going to really go deep, but very quickly. So I'm going to share my screen and get going. Now, if I drop my head down, it doesn't mean I'm disengaged. I've done a checklist here of notes, and I want to make sure that I don't let one item be missed. So I've sort of got to tick all the boxes myself that I'm giving you the maximum value in the next 40 minutes. So if I drop my head, I'm totally here. Can everyone bring up the chat and make sure that they can access the chat? Are we all good before I start? Can I see thumbs up or some sort of...
So you go to reactions at the bottom right-hand side and you press a thumbs up or a clap or a heart. Have a play.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Let's start. All right, so as I say, your warm base is your power base. And most people don't leverage it off it enough. Now, just to give you a bit of background, I also have another business that I started 3.5 years ago in skincare. It was a startup, leveraging off a $2 billion brand. I built that off my warm leads, and we're now in the 2% of the whole company globally. So I know what I'm about to teach you works because I've done it myself. So let's start this presentation. Who's excited? Great. So before you can start talking to your warm base, you've got to get your mindset in place, because your warm base is going to speak to you candidly. What do I mean by that? Your friends, your family, your business network, they're going to come in and they're going to challenge your self-belief. These are the people that are going to say, look, that's a really dumb idea. Why don't you put up your feet and spend more time with the kids? Or why don't you change direction? They're always going to tap into your self-doubt. Now, I need to make sure that your mindset is solid before you take into action the advice I'm going to give you. So in the chat, out of 100, there are 3 indicators of success. Yes, proven indicators by science. I didn't make this up, science did. I'd like you to write down 3 items: product, service, knowledge, your knowledge around the product or service, your skill set around what you actually do, and attitude. Now, totaling 100, I'd like to see in the chat how much you give to your knowledge around product and service. Remember, this total has to equal 100%. How much would you give skill set and how much would you give attitude? But it must total 100%. Go, do this, please. When you've done it, can you please give me a thumbs up? So in the chat, 1 to 10, 1 being the weakest, 10 being the strongest, I'd like you to write down a number. 1 to 10, would you buy from yourself? If you needed your service, would you buy from you? Go. Lots of 10s. Fantastic. Beautiful. I've even got an 11. This is crucial. If you can't put a high ranking here, I think you need to go and do something else. Or you need to dig deeper into the business, go to customers, get testimonials, really see the. So when you start talking to this power base, it's better for the business. It should be growing exponentially, 5 names a day. Every day, adding to the list. So a sale is made when your conviction and your belief about something is stronger than anybody else's. You are unflappable. You are unstoppable. And I will keep repeating that. Somewhere amongst your family is someone who can help you in business. If it's not them, it's someone they know. 6 degrees of separation. Everybody knows somebody. Reaching out to them. It's a warm lead. They know you. You went to university. Who is the smartest guy you went to school? Your charity and your sporting associations. Selling to you. Have you reversed engineered the conversation to them? At the moment. Now, you can do this exercise 2 ways. You can get a pen and a paper and just keep writing. I don't care about punctuation. I don't care about sentences making sense. I want you to keep the pen moving and do a brain dump. Otherwise, I want you to go into the chat and I just want you to keep typing until I say stop. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this, please. And I'd like you to answer this question. Write down why your service or product is so hot at the moment and keep going. Start now. We're nearly there. We're nearly down. You should have 100 names as a starting point to talk to. Yes, 100 names that you're continually adding 5 names to per day. Ask people who you know, who knows the person you want to reach. Ask them, I notice that you're connected to my old, because I really want to look you in the eye. Like, do you know of any events worth me attending? You don't meet anyone hiding behind your computer screen. You need to leave your office and get out. Whatever you're thinking in your mind when you write that name down, you need to share that with them. And that is your icebreaker. I have to keep going back to Ivan until he does it. And it might take 5 to 12 follow-ups. Yeah, 5 to 12 follow-ups. Doesn't mean that Ivan doesn't want to help me. No, he's got a lot of stuff going on. And I've just got to keep getting to the top of his to-do list. So I have to keep putting myself forward. You need to get out of your own way and stop thinking, I am being too pushy. That is really letting yourself down. Remember, it goes back to your self-belief. You're going to change the world. You're here to serve others. You can't serve others if you're not being put in front of them. So you keep going until Ivan tells you, Odile, back off. Otherwise, you keep going. So, recipe for your success. I want you to do a minimum of 5 reach outs per day in this beautiful, warm market. I want you then to do 3 follow-ups per day. And finally, I want you to do 1 social media post per day. Now, it can be an article of interest from somebody else. It can be something you've created, or it could just be commenting on other people's posts. But I need you to spend a bit of time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, putting yourself out there in social media. Yes.
I'm going to put in the chat a link, or if you want to take a picture or do something and post something on your social media and hashtag BBG Forum, this is a start and a test of you actually doing that. So on the link, there's a little LinkedIn post. Go to that LinkedIn post, share 1 gem.
Now is we're going to get everyone from the different rooms to give the gold into the room, and a reminder that at the end of this, we would love you to also share your key takeouts. So if you didn't get a chance to report back from your group, you will get a chance to share your insights, and as Ivan so amazingly does, he'll put that on social media just for you.